Welcome back to Crossroads on TVI with Manjulah Selvarajah. You just watched a trailer for Waiting for Summer by Senthil Vinu. And he is with us in the studio today. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me on the show.
So first of all, tell me how this came about.
Well, I mean, first you need to have the idea to start with for the movie. But having an idea is one thing, and having to actually, able to use that idea and make the film, write the script and make the film is a different story. So the movie actually kicked off when I had written the story, and I had met Bala Shagradaya, who actually invested in the movie. He's the executive producer on the movie. I've known him for some time. I met him in a conference, and then we talked about the movie, and he was in the industry for the right reasons, and he had the right things, and that was very exciting for me, and he liked the project, and that's how it started. Basically, he said, "Okay, let's do it," and the project is.
And that was so. I mean, you're premiering at the Canadian Film Festival next weekend. Mm-hmm. Obvious, congratulations! That's quite an achievement. So, tell me about the story. What is this about?
It's a very simple story. I'm not trying to address any specific issue. It's a story of two people trying to find a connection and a beginning in the city. They moved to the city, to Toronto, and how they find that beginning is the story, basically.
And how much was filmed in Toronto? What kind of what is the Canadian content here?
Well, people, some of the people who have previewed, and even the people who worked in the movie, they say, oh, there's some sort of Canadian sensibilities, and I can't put the finger on it. But the movie is set in Toronto, and I want to put everything Canadian. There's like bikes in there. I want to put streetcars in there. I used Toronto. I used to Toronto musicians. I used a musician from Vancouver. His name is Ben, very young guy, but absolutely talented. And I was very particular about using local talent, and every actor that you see are in and around Toronto are from Canada.
So what I'm trying to get an understanding of is that this would be considered an independent film, mm-hmm. right? And when people are considering different options, by the way, this is a card, I keep holding it up, but you've got these beautiful postcards.
Thanks.
When people are considering entertainment, they might go out for that Bollywood movie or a Hollywood movie. Why is it? And people tell us, go support independent films. But what I want you to speak to is, forget the support mentality. Why do you think people should see it? Like, how would it entertain me any differently to see this?
Well, I think you have to understand, this is called Canadian Film Festival. So I think you shouldn't miss the word festival. Mm-hmm. It is a festival. So when you go to see a movie in an AMC, or in a Scarborough Town Center, you are just watching the movie, and you have a popcorn, and you're going to go home. That's not what's going to happen here. When you come to the movie, it's a real festival. You're going to meet people. They're all they like films for various reasons. Either they like the issues in the film, or they are just like watching films. So if you like watching films, you come there. You're going to meet a lot of people, cool people, that you can hang out and meet and chill out and have a good time, watch a movie and have and also meet all the cast, crew, Virginia, Caleb, the directors, everybody is going to be there. So if you have any interest in filmmaking, there's another reason to show up. So it's not a typical thing. You go, you watch, and you're out.
You actually engaged, and you meet the people behind the scenes.
It is a festival.
Yeah.
It is a festival. So don't miss that. Yeah.
So here's something interesting. Mm-hmm. I just found out recently that you used to have a career in IT. Mm-hmm. How did you end up? I mean, what prompted you? You don't do that now. I understand that you're doing this full time.
Yes.
How did you make the transition? What prompted you to make that change?
Well, I can never put IT behind. IT is always chasing me. Once I was chasing that once, now it's chasing me.
Okay.
I find it, for my personality and my interest, I find it very narrow. Like, it puts me in a narrow alley. It's like whereas filmmaking, I have a lot of interests, and filmmaking opens up that to touch different areas of life and people and culture and all that. But whereas in IT, it is limiting. To me, IT is part of my as a person. It is part of me, not the only thing. that gives me, whereas with filmmaking, it opens up a lot more stuff, and I learn a lot about it by doing these movies, you know, and working with people is very rewarding, you know. When you work in IT, you're working with a similar set of people, you know, unless if you're doing consulting or something like that. But in movies, you always go, you never know how their personalities are. For like 3 weeks, you work with them, and then you never see them for 2 years. Sometimes, and then you go on a next show and there's a different set of people, so it's wonderful that way. It's very rewarding. Yeah.
Now you might know some of these filmmakers already, but there have been other a series of other independent films that have come out of the Canadian Tamil community.
Sure.
You know, 1999
Yes.
by Lennon Sivam and $9.50 by Ranjit Joseph. So I want you to give our audience some idea of what are the difficulties involved with being someone who makes an independent film.
I think the number one difficulty is, I think, you know, Lennon, he's a friend of mine. I know how he made the movie. You know, I've heard the stories about it. We all have to, you know, find a way to make it in a very less budget. I think the biggest challenge is actually getting people to see it. You know, yes, I agree. You know, Hollywood, you know, and Bollywood, it's all like jazzy stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, Lennon's film 1999 is really talking about the community. At the same time, it's not like you know, people misunderstand. It's like, oh, it's like a documentary in our sort of a community, but it's not. So I think the biggest challenge is actually people coming out and seeing it. But at the same time, you know, I've had a conversation with Lennon about this. We are in our community. We're actually at the front of this thing. So sometimes you don't have the road put in for you. You're
definitely at the forefront. Yeah.
Yes, you know, we don't have the road map, you know, already there, and then the roads put for us. We have to put the roads, and then we have to, you know, travel, and so that the people who come behind us will be able to, you know, travel on the same road. So it's you know, helping each other out. So in terms of the community, come, you know, show up to the screenings and see it, you know.
So how have you, I mean, since there hasn't been that roadmap, right? And obviously you've tried to make connections who can kind of teach you the trade. I hear that you're self-taught.
Yes.
How did you go about doing that?
Well, I always believed in learning by yourself. I know sometimes it takes longer, but the experience stays with you. So that's what it is for me. If I go to a film school, I have taken courses, you know, I mean, I take courses here and there, but I didn't do a concentrated, like a film, I didn't go to film school, you know, I took a screenwriting course. So I just work and I see, okay, where should I concentrate? Where's my strength? Or where, you know, where can I, you know, where my strength lies, you know, that's basically it. So I like by doing it. So when you do it, the experience really stays with you long, and it gives you a perspective that you may not get just by reading a book, you know.
Yeah, that's true. It is, I see what you mean. And also I think you learn a lot from people too.
Absolutely.
Right? What have you done in the past? I'm curious. Like, tell us about some of your other pieces that people can look up.
Well, you can you know, search me on YouTube. You will find a couple of short films. I have made films in US, which has been shown in Asian Film Festival Dallas in 2003, and I made another couple of films there, which has been shown in the film festivals there. In Toronto, I made two films called Happy Birthday Anna and Hi. They are short films, which has been shown in 2008 in Real World Film Festival and Toronto Urban Film Festival. So I did do the short films, and then I know, okay, I'm ready to make a feature. You know, I've logged enough hours to know that I can do it. Yeah.
Good for you. So whenever I meet people like you, you know, people that are in the trade, I'm always curious to find out, what are some of your favorite movies?
Oh, wow.
Is that a tough one?
Oh, it is a tough one.
Because you probably have a vast array of ones that you like.
Yeah, you know, I have like a 200 list of movies that I need to see. You know, I haven't seen it.
What have you seen that you like?
Well, I think I have favorite movies, but you know, I don't rate movies. You know, every movie teaches you different. It's like a different person. You meet them, they offer you something different. Yeah. So I don't like to rate movies saying this is top, this is.
So what is a movie that you would consider that if you had made it, you would have been proud of making this movie?
Oh, great! That's a good question. You know, I can answer that. I think there's a movie Japanese movie called Rashomon.
Oh yeah, Rashomon by
Kurosawa.
Kurosawa, yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies. Every time I look at it, I was like, I wish I made that.
You know what? That's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Favorite movies too. Yeah, it's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, there's something about life that I get when I see that movie, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Matrix is another movie that I would have loved to have made it, because I like making science fiction movies. I haven't gotten there, but eventually, you know, maybe I'll get there. Matrix is one of the movies that I would have loved to make. Terminator Terminator is one of the movies that I would love to make.
Okay.
That's one of the movies which really, exploded my my interest in
Really,
film.
the Terminator. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Rashomon, the Terminator, and what was the other one?
Matrix.
The Matrix. Actually, the Matrix is there. So we share some favorites here. So tell me how we can get to this premiere. Like, give us the details. Where can we get tickets? Where is it?
Well, you can go to the Facebook, if you search for the film, Waiting for Summer, just Facebook / Waiting for Summer film, or you can Google it, But the tickets, you can buy it online. Like if you go to the Facebook page, you can buy it online, but you could buy it also on Ticket Web.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can also go to the film festival website, which is canfilmfest.ca, not com.
Canfilmfest.ca.
CA, yeah. Okay. You could find the tickets there. It's on Friday night, March 30th,
So this Friday?
This Friday.
What time again is it?
7:45 p.m.
You'll be there with your
Of course. I will have, everybody's there, and hopefully, we can have a great premiere.
I think it will. I know our other guests that were here said they were interested in coming, so it's a
absolutely,
great
that'll be fabulous. Yeah, and I invite all your viewers to come and check out the film. And it's a Friday night. It could be a date night too.
Well, there you go. And it sounds like it's a love movie, so why not? At least there's a relationship in there somewhere.
There's a relationship there. It's not heavy.
Yeah.
It doesn't try to tackle any serious issues. It's just like almost like a music. It's like listening to a nice music. You just come there and you listen to it. So that's what I see. Yeah.
Well, the audience has heard it from you. So it's on this Friday, and go out to support and actually enjoy this movie as well. It goes beyond the support. Thank you so much for being here. Such a pleasure having you here. For more information, you can visit www.canfilmfest.ca. So let me say that again. It's www.canfilmfest.ca. You've been listening to Manjulah Selvarajah on Crossroads on TVI. Please remember to tune in next week. My co-host Parthi Kandavil will be here. It's been a wonderful show. We've discussed some great topics, and we hope to have the same thing again in about a week. Have a wonderful week.